John Potok, let me ask you a question. The butterflies starting to work up your belly? Starting to get a little nervous? Know what that is? That's fear talking to you. And I get it. John, I know that not everybody, does something that they regret, like wanting to step in the ring with your role model, Rick Lieb. But you've done that. And now, John, you're going to have to pay for it because you ain't getting out of it now. And here's the thing. It's like they go and they hire this guy, this MMA fighter, this bully beatdown host, and they think, oh gosh, he's going to stop Rick Lieb from his cheating ways, which, by the way, I am not a cheater, and I don't understand why people accuse me of that. But what I am is a bully. And that's why I think it's kind of funny that somebody that's called that's from a show called Bully Beatdown is there to take care of me. There to make sure that I don't get out of line while wrestling John Potok. Well, listen. Mayhem, is that what you call yourself? Jason Miller? Here's the thing. You stay out of my business and you won't get hurt. That's how this works. You stay out of Rick Lieb's business and Rick Lieb will stay out of your business. You just let me do what I do. And that's beat up on people. And John Potok's going to be the one I'm going to beat up on. And when I start stretching him and he starts crying and I start pulling a little bit harder, you don't sit there and tell me what I can and can't do. You just sit there and ask him when he's ready to quit. And then me and you, we won't have any problems. Anyway, that match is tonight. So, I can't wait. John Potok, you made a mistake, buddy. And now, I get to make you pay for it. You're dismissed. Hello and welcome to another edition of RCW Spotlight. I'm your host, your role model, Rick Lieb. And unfortunately, Ken can't make it, so we had to deal with Rici Williams for another freaking day.
Why are you dissing
Rici
me like
Williams.
that already in the beginning? Goodness.
I'm just saying that Ken would have been better. Are you saying you're better than Ken?
I'll just leave now then.
Are you saying you're better than Ken?
I'm not saying I'm better than Ken, but goodness gracious, you gotta deal with me another day. I see how it is.
Oh, shit.
Jeez.
Anyway, it's Saturday. And you know what that means?
That means a prediction.
Showtime.
Yes.
Tonight at the Akron Turner Club in Talmadge, Ohio, Rubber City Wrestling presents The Art of War 5. And we have a great card lined up for us, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. I'm most excited for it as well.
Yep, and so RCW, quick story before we get to the commercial break. RCW, they fly in Jason Mayhem Miller yesterday.
Nice.
And they tell me and John Potok and Mayhem that we all have to go out for a steak dinner together. Now, you know I got heat with John. And I don't know this Mayhem guy as far as I could throw him. But, we're there, we're eating. Everything seems good and everything, but, it's just... My thing is this. I told him, I said, I'm not the bully you want to mess with. You understand what I'm saying? And I mean it. It's like, when I'm in that ring, I'm a different animal. And I get it. He's a former UFC fighter and an MMA champion. And, Strike Force, I believe. And so he's definitely a tough guy. I'm not saying he's not, but he seemed like an okay guy, when you're eating dinner. But of course, things can change. He did tell me, he was telling me straight up, he's like, because we're talking about basically he wanted to meet both guys, and so they set it up. And I brought my wife with me because she keeps me in line, and basically wanted to see, so who he was dealing with, who he was messing with, what he was getting into. And he just told us, as long as you're not cheating, I'm not going to get mad at you. And I'm just like, why does everybody always look at me when they say as long as you're not cheating?
Don't act like you're not cheating.
I'm offended by that.
Oh, wow.
Because I've never cheated in my life.
That is wow. You are lying so hard
Well,
right now.
and
That's
I'm also
ridiculous.
not a liar. What?
Okay, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Honest Abe, they call me. Honest Rick.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, but yeah, so we went out to a dinner last night, and RCW foot the bill, so that was good with me. I got a free steak out of the deal, and I ordered that raw as I can get it, just so I can eat that in front of John and show him I'm not afraid of raw meat. When I get to you, it's going to be like a lion that's eating this. A lion against a gazelle.
We'll see how that goes, role model.
Yes, but anyway, today's a prediction show.
Yes.
So let's hurry up and go to our first commercial break so that I can predict all the correct matches like I think I did last time.
No, not really.
Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. When we come back, we will be predicting the Art of War 5. See you in 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Hello, this is the future, Riley, with my new show called Predicting the Future. And today, we're going to be checking out the Art of War 5 and predicting that whole card. Are you ready? Let's get into this. Starting off with the World Heavyweight title match, we have Marcus Knight, and hopefully George Davis gets his contract secure so that we can have him. We're just going to have him be in the match. So we have George Davis and we have Marcus Knight. Two really good wrestlers, but to be honest, everyone thinks that Marcus Knight is going to win because he's going to win. Marcus Knight is going to win easily. Blowout, easy. Then we have the All-American City title match between Brandon Miller and Kenny Collins. We got Kenny the cheat, and we got Brandon the winner, because that's how this match is going to go. Terrence Knight thinks he's so good and he's going to cheat, and then Brandon Miller is going to find out about that, tell the ref, and then boom, boom, bada, bam, he's the winner. Easy peasy. And then we got the World Light Heavyweight Championship match. One I'm really waiting for. It's between Harley T. Morris and Ruthless Alexander Crowley, the GOAT of RCW. And this is going to be pretty easy. Crowley is going to destroy, dominate, and squash Harley T. Morris in 2 minutes. And then we have a tag team match between the Alpha Bros and Pretty Tough. The Alpha Bros, have Colt Frost, super good wrestler, and Elliot Lee. I'm pretty sure Pretty Tough are gonna be pretty crybaby and be crying their ways out of that ring into the wherever these wrestlers go. And the Alpha Bros are gonna dominate them. Like, who even are Pretty Tough? I don't even know who they are. So Alpha Bros to the victory. Next we have a tag team elimination match, with Team 1 being Draven Post, Blackhawk, and Lionheart versus Schizo, Backwoods Zook, and Patches. Now, here's the thing. Patches is pretty dang skinny. He takes one poke of the finger and he's done. 1, 2, 3. And then Backwoods Zook is skinnier than a twig, so he's an easy one. So then it's a 3-on-1, Blackhawk, Draven Post, and Lionheart versus Schizo. It's pretty obvious who's going to win that one. Obviously, Draven Post, Blackhawk, and Lionheart. So that one was pretty easy to predict. And then we have RCW Global TV Titles match with Aaron Black versus Scott E. Stevens. Now, Scotty Stevens might have screwed his career completely over by joining the way. I mean, his mentor, your full model Rick Lieb, is going to teach him the wrong way of doing things, and he's going to lose his match worse than ever. I mean, if he was still a good guy and learning from the right people, then maybe he could win. But I'm going to take Aaron Black here. I believe Marcus Knight is going to be outside for Aaron Black, and Aaron Black is going to take the W and beat Scotty Stevens. John Rossler versus James Lethal. Now, I think that John Rossler is on steroids with those fake muscles because he is not strong. Like, who thinks that he is going to win? He is a terrible wrestler. He can't even win a match against Dice K. And now, he's facing James Lethal. I mean, this man is pretty lethal because he's gonna legally win this match. Okay? So now we have the main event. Your full model Rick Lieb versus the champ, the real champ, the champ that everyone has been waiting for, the guy who has been retired for 20 years, ready to get his muscles in Rick Lieb's face so that he can show who the real champ is. Because I heard Rick Lieb say that after he wins, he's gonna take the champ name. No. Number 1, you're not gonna take that champ name. Number 2, you're gonna lose. And number 3 is that John Potok is gonna destroy you, and one single slap is gonna knock you down to the ground and take you down to heaven, like a south of heaven, and he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, easy John Potok for the win. And that is it for my Predicting the Future show. It seems like I've got the future pretty much predicted. And I'll see you later. Peace out.
Remember the old days when pro wrestling was king? Back when the Akron Armory was the weekly stop and the matches you saw were real? Well, RCW does, which is why we are back at the Akron Turner Club for RCW The Art of War 5. This event will feature 4 World Championship matches and features some of your favorite local stars, including George Davis, Marcus Knight, Alexander Crowley, Carly T. Morris, the champ John Potok, your role model Rick Lieb, and so many more. Tickets are on sale now. General admission, $15 in advance, $20 at the door. Front row, $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Doors open at 5 p.m. Bell time at 6 p.m. Rubber City Wrestling. Real professional wrestling. Not that flippy stuff.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. Well, tonight's the night, Art of War 5, and we have a lot of amazing matches to go over.
Yes, we do.
So I'm going to go ahead and do it because I'm going to jumble them a little bit because obviously you want the main event to go last, so we'll do that one last.
Right.
But so we'll do 4 matches now to take a commercial break, do 4 more matches. How's that sound?
Yeah, that works.
Beats taking questions from idiots. So, now we don't know what order these matches are going to be in, so don't quote me on this, but we'll go with match number 1. It's a singles match. John Rossiter of the Way taking on James Lethal.
Ooh.
What?
Man, that's going to be a good one.
Oh, it's going to be a hard-hitting one, I'll tell you that right now. But here is my prediction, and I'm going to be like so right. I'm going to be like so right that you're going to look at me and be like, oh my gosh, that was like the greatest prediction in the history of predictions. So, my prediction is this. John Rossiter and James Lethal, they'll be a little back and forth at first, but then James is going to blow out a knee or a shoulder or something and get injured. And then John Rossiter will take on or go after that injury until James Lethal screams he quits. John Rossiter for the win. Pick against my monster, man.
As much as I want to disagree.
And James Lethal's considered the like John Rossiter is considered the underdog.
Hold on. Is the Way going to be at ringside?
I don't know.
If so, then yeah, I'm going John Rossiter. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I know you guys are going to do something to interfere in that match. And then you're going to help John Rossiter win that match.
Were you there
Cheating,
for the?
by the way.
Were you there for the first part when I said, "I don't cheat," and neither does the rest of the way?
Oh man, I wish I got some liquor here today because you were just making up some.
Not allowed to drink. It's show day.
I know.
You have to go work at your shoot job today. You don't get to be there.
Nope.
That's too bad because they were talking about how much they liked your commentary.
I love commentating there, but yeah,
Yeah, that's another thing I had to hear about at the dinner is how much they enjoy your commentary.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? What's to enjoy?
Again, he's making me really close to late person. I swear to God. No, be quiet. I was joking. Anyway, so I'm gonna go with John Rossiter. That's my pick.
Whoa! So both of us are taking the underdog.
I'm hoping I'm wrong though, because I really want Jason to win that match. But
Why? Why are you picking people? I'm just going on who I think's gonna win, not who I want to win.
we know who you want to win. Be quiet. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go Rossiter. Anyway, next.
All right, RC Global Television Championship match. Aaron Black taking on The Way's Scott E. Stevens.
Oh my
And
goodness.
now Scotty has asked that The Way doesn't go to ringside. I'm going to try and talk him out of this tonight. And for good reason. I don't think that he should go out there when everybody knows that Aaron Black's going to have Marcus Knight come out there and cheat for him.
He's not gonna cheat for him, but okay.
Yeah, he will. He does.
No, he
That's what
won't. He
Marcus
never
Knight
won
does.
state. There's no proof of him.
Marcus Knight cheats for Aaron Black. They're like two little buddies now, and they do that stuff for each other. So,
Whatever.
but with or without us, I'm going to go ahead and say Scott E. Stevens becomes the global television champion.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna
course
go
you
with
are.
Aaron Black, and I
course
would
you are.
pick Scotty Stevens, but you know, he joined The Way for some weird
Are
reason.
you done yet? I'm getting bored.
So, and then you guys will be ringside, so I don't think you guys will be able to help him win. So I feel like Aaron Black will find a strategic
Well,
way to keep
as
him.
it stands, he doesn't want us at ringside.
Yeah, good. I actually respect that. I can actually respect that.
I mean, I could respect it too, but I think it's a bad move.
No, whatever. Aaron Black.
Okay. In a tag team, a 6-man tag team elimination match, Draven Post, Blackhawk, and Lionheart versus Schizo, Backwoods Zook, and Patches the Clown. Okay,
Ooh.
this is pretty easy for me to pick because it's got to be an elimination match, and I just find it hard to believe you're going to eliminate Schizo, Backwoods Zook, and Patches.
I'm kind of agreeing with Model. That's a scary trio right there. Like,
Well, it was supposed to be a 8-man tag team, but then J.L. Watson of the Misfits gets in a fist fight, picked a fist fight at Lou's Tavern with the Butcher, who was obviously there just to mind his own business. He's a regular at Lou's Tavern. And, wait, it's J.L. Watson that's a regular there. But still, Schizo was there just minding, Butcher was just there minding his own business. I would guarantee it. And J.L. Watson, of course, had to go pick a fight with him. And now,
by the way, it's kind of scary. Like, how the heck do you want to pick a fight with Butcher out of all people? The one that literally chops his opponents up, I think. I don't know. It's crazy.
So what are you trying to assume, that the Butcher came there to start trouble? Because I don't think so.
I think so. I think he did something to cause it.
Are you saying that the Butcher knows that Lou's is the place that J.L. Watson is at almost on a daily, and would go there to start trouble? A guy as nice as the Butcher, when you know what kind of a
Did you
jerk
just call
J.L.
the Butcher
Watson-
nice?
He's been nice to me every time I met him. A little creepy, but he's nice.
I would never call that man nice.
He's
I'm
nice.
sorry. No, he's not nice. Anyway, yeah, I think he would cause trouble.
Anyway.
Anyway, about this tag team match. Oh my goodness. I really, really hope Blackheart and Lionheart are and Draven.
Blackheart, it's Blackcock,
Blackheart.
and Lionheart and Draven Post.
Oh man, I'm stealing my words. It's funny. I love it. Add that to the list of bloopers for me.
Joan Jett and the Black Hearts, right?
And the Blackhearts.
Draven Post will be the Joan Jett.
The Joan Jett. No, but honestly though, I don't think that trio's gonna do well. I think Schizo and Backwoods Zook and Patches are probably gonna find a way to win it.
It's an elimination match. It makes sense.
Yeah, they're too psycho to even think. I mean, I can't even explain it. Like, they are just twisted. They're gonna destroy him. I think it's not
Right.
gonna be fair.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and end this segment. The first half of our segment, should I say, with another tag team match. The Alpha Bros, your guys, taking on Pretty Tough.
Whew.
I don't know much about Pretty Tough, but I do know that they got one guy in there who looks like one of the Wild Samoans. Looks like what's that guy's name? The new head of the family. What's the new head of the table's name? Solo. Thank you.
Yeah.
I whispered it. That's awesome. Yeah, he looks kind of like Solo. And so, Alpha Bros just look like a bunch of drunk ass college party boys, so they're not going to win. I'm going to go ahead and take Pretty Tough.
Well, they may be pretty tough. They're not tough enough to be Alpha Bros. I'm sorry. I'm going with the Alpha Bros. I feel like I think they did pretty good in their, tag team
Every time
last
he
time.
picks something, I start yawning.
And I feel like the Alpha Bros have a shot to beat them. I think they're too unique, Pretty Tough is. So, yeah. By the way, what's Pretty Tough? That's a weird name anyway. I don't understand it.
Because they're pretty the way they're tough. I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
They're
Maybe they're just
Then call us.
tough and pretty. I don't know.
No.
Hey, the ring rats love them. That's what I heard.
Oh, okay.
I'm just being honest.
All right.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take our commercial break right now. But when we come back, we will have the conclusion of our predictions.
Remember the old days when pro wrestling was king? Back when the Akron Armory was the weekly stop and the matches you saw were real? Well, RCW does, which is why we are back at the Akron Turner Club for RCW The Art of War 5. This event will feature 4 World Championship matches and features some of your favorite local stars, including George Davis, Marcus Knight, Alexander Crowley, Carly T. Morris, the Champ, John Potok, your role model, Rick Lieb, and and so many more. Tickets are on sale now. General admission, $15 in advance, $20 at the door. Front row, $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Doors open at 5 p.m. Bell time at 6 p.m. Rubber City Wrestling. Real professional wrestling. Not that flippy stuff.
Would you like to see your commercial aired on both RCW Spotlight and RCW Global? Contact us on social media at facebook.com/Rubber City Wrestling, Instagram at Rubber City Wrestling, or email us at the RCW Network at gmail.com.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. All right, it's that time. The final half of our predictions. You know what they wanted me to say.
Oh, come on. You don't like Bendover?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, it's because you like to bend over.
No, that's not where he did it. Okay.
All right. So now we're on to the last three. The All-American City Championship. Your guy, who used to be my boy, but now he just... Brandon Miller, the champ. All-American City Champion. Taking on the man that's going to dethrone him, Kenny Collins. Do you think Brandon Miller even stands a chance with Kenny Collins? Kenny Collins is a wrestling technician who doesn't have to cheat to win. He's just really good. What? Wake up. Fall asleep.
I've seen Terrence Knight do many things to help me.
Terrence Knight isn't wrestling. I said Kenny Collins.
Okay, but he's going to be with Kenny Collins.
And I guarantee that freaking Kevin Phoenix is going to be out there with your buddy, the hillbilly. What's his name?
Brendan Miller. Can't say Brendan Miller, Romano? Man.
Used to be my boy.
Well, now he's my boy, and I think he's going to win. I'm picking Brendan Miller. And listen, Kenny Collins can put a big beating on him, but guess what? Brendan Miller is a fighter. He does not.
Brandon Miller, Brennan Martell.
Okay.
That's
Well, I
Kenny
get
Go.
a mix up. I'm sorry. There's so many Brennans, whatever. But you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going to go with Brandon Miller.
All right. Well, we disagree on that one because Kenny Collins is going to whoop his ass.
I highly doubt it.
Next on the list for the World Light Heavyweight Championship, Harley T. Morris gets his shot against ruthless Alejandro Crowley, the champion. This is going to be a really good match. Crowley's phenomenal, and you know you've heard me say this many times. And I'm hoping I'm hoping that Harley asks me to come out to ringside with him to watch, because I just want a front row seat of this match. I think it's going to be phenomenal. And you know, I'm not going to help him or anything. I want to see if he can beat him, but I hate when you do that to me. Anyway, so
Whatever.
But who are you picking in this one?
This is my upset of the year.
You just picked Rossiter, who supposedly is the underdog.
No, because let's be real, Alexander Crowley is not the underdog in this match. Harley T. Morris is. And you're
What?
going to be shocked by this, but I like how Harley T. Morris wrestles, I can't lie. That dude is really freaking good.
He wrestled like me,
I can't- can't lie.
right down the road.
As much as I can't stand him, he's a great wrestler. And this might be the toughest test that Alexander Crowley has to face.
You're right,
So,
because that's his normal weight. He doesn't have to lose weight to get to that.
I'm going to have to go Harley T. Morris on this. I'm sorry, Alexander Crowley.
He's joined the dark side. He's picked John Rossiter and Harley T. Morris. That tells me that you really like the two new additions to the way.
No, it's not that I like them. I just know they're good, and plus you're probably getting ringside for both of them. So, anyway, I just know they're really good wrestlers, and I feel like he's gonna give Alexander Crowley a tough time, man. Because I mean, I've seen him wrestle against Alexander Crowley. He put up a great fight against him, especially in that triple threat we saw.
Great, right? He dominated. Alexander Crowley stole his pin in that triple threat.
And that's why I think Harley T. Morris is going to win.
Because you remember, we called that, and Harley T. Morris literally hit the finishing move on Kenny Collins, only to have Alexander Crowley push him out of the ring and then cover him up and take the pin.
You know what? He actually did. And you know what?
That's
What
dirty.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Harley T. Morris. That's my pick.
Well, I agree with you. Harley T. Morris is going to become the next world light heavyweight champion. And you know what's going to be funny? The tears that are in the eyes of that little kid that yells Dollar Tree to me in the crowd. That's going to be awesome.
Oh, don't worry.
Anyway, next match.
Can't wait for this.
World Heavyweight Championship match. Marcus Knight, who supposedly beat me.
He did beat you.
I wrestled a whole entire match, and then they made me wrestle another match right after that. That's
Well,
not fair.
That's your fault. Anyway, continue.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
Marcus Knight versus, now get this. It could either be George Davis, who is the champion, but right now George is in the middle of a contract dispute, and he says he refuses to wrestle unless they pay him lots more money, and he deserves it.
Interesting.
So George Davis said, I'll drop the belt without even being there if I don't get paid what I want to be paid. That's pretty noble of him. Because, see, to me, the world's only about that belt. And then, but George Davis, or it'll be a mystery opponent. But they said the mystery opponent is just as good as George Davis, if not better, they claim. And I'm going to say that's probably not the case unless they're going to let me do it, and they didn't let me do it. So I have no idea who it's going to be.
This is gonna.
I know that if it was Tony T, it would have to go to Cody Reaper, the last champion, and that would be a good match. I'm not going to lie. I also know that there's a couple other guys that are on this roster that are really good. And so, but none of them are as good as me. And I mean it. From the bottom of my heart, I'm the GOAT. So, Marcus Knight versus George Davis, I would say George Davis wins in a heartbeat. Marcus Knight against anyone else? I don't know. Marcus is just so old. But what if they gave him like Hippie Dave and just messed with everybody?
Can I do
I'm joking, he's not
undecided for my pick?
No, you have to pick a pick. I'm going to go ahead and say Marcus Knight just because he's the one I know for sure is going to be there.
You're going Marcus Knight?
I'm not going with Marcus Knight because I want to. I'm going Marcus Knight because he's the only choice. Really. George Davis doesn't show. I said if George Davis shows up, he wins. So you can use it as that. If George Davis shows up, who wins? Marcus or George?
Man, I don't know what to choose on that one. I'm going to go Marcus.
And if George Davis doesn't show up and it's a mystery opponent, do you think that they'll bring in somebody that can beat Marcus and George?
No, I think Marcus is still going to win.
Yeah, see, that's where I'm at.
I'm going with Marcus
Although,
Knight.
I'll say this. I've been in the ring with Marcus. I've been in the ring with Cody Reaper. He was the last world champion. And I believe Cody and Marcus would just be such a stalemate. But see, I think they would have told us if it was him. So I don't think it's him.
I don't think they want to tell you, though. That's the problem.
I know, that bothers me.
Well,
I think they want Marcus, or I think they want George to sign the contract. Or to you know, because his contract expires on that.
I won't call him a great champion for that, by the way, RoleModel. Just saying.
Well, I
Whatever
don't know.
you say.
I call him a great champion still.
Yeah.
So okay, we both say Marcus Knight will win then.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally, the main event of the evening.
That I'm gonna miss.
with special guest referee, none other than Bully Beatdown from MTV's host and
Hey,
star.
respect him a little bit. Don't go bully me down.
Listen, I've been called a bully my whole life, and I dare somebody try and beat me down. John Potok's about to find out what a bully I am.
Okay.
So, the host Bully, former UFC champion or fighter, wasn't a champion there. I mean, he went to a decision, but he didn't win the championship. Although I'll tell you what, if you ever watch it, he looked like he should have probably won. And then, but he's held many championships all over MMA, and honestly, a real tough guy. I mean, like a real tough guy. Going to be refereeing our match. And you know what? It don't matter. He's a tough guy. That's true. So's John. Tough guy. Ooh, big, cosmetically strong. I'm a professional wrestler and have been for the past 35 and a half years. That's all I know is how to hurt people, how to stretch people, how to break people's will, and how to outlast people. So I'm not worried about John. I'm not worried about who they got to referee this match. I'm not worried about a thing. Because when the bell rings, it'll be Mr. Bully Beatdown holding my hand in victory like it's supposed to be.
All right. Put your arm
And
down.
then you can yell, "The champ is here!" Because I'm going to take John's nickname, the champ. The new genetic freak. The champ. The generic freak. Go on.
It's been a minute since you actually won a real match role model.
What are you talking about? I just won.
Anyway, so I'm just going to say this straight up. Since you're on your losing streak,
I'm not on a losing streak.
I'm going to say you're going to continue to be on your losing
The
streak.
guy hasn't wrestled in 20 years. You think he could beat me?
Yeah, I really do. Because guess what? I feel like Bully Beatdowns are talking trash about him.
Uh-huh.
I think he's going to figure out a way to make you lose.
No, he's got to call it right down the middle. And he promised us at the dinner table yesterday night, I'm going to call it right down the middle, even if I don't like somebody at this table. And I'm thinking he was talking about John.
Okay. I think it's talking about you, but all right.
Why would anybody not like me? I'm a lovable
I'm just
guy.
saying, well, my pick is going to be John Potok.
You're picking Corn Swolio over me? I am Corn Swolio. I got big arms now. I'm going to come out of retirement.
The more you anger him, man, the more he's going to destroy you. I'm just saying.
I'm going to hit him in that big head of his. Boom! He's going to be like,
okay.
you know, Mike Tyson was a lot smaller than his opponents, too. Yes, I'm referring myself to Mike Tyson. I'm comparing myself to Mike Tyson.
I don't think I ever saw Mike Tyson cheat anyway.
Oh, you didn't bite Holyfield's ears twice?
Okay, but you bite people all the time and say it tastes like chicken.
I do that.
Okay, so don't you start.
I can't help it.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. That. Come on, it's funny.
It's okay.
Such a nerd. Anyway, so that's our predictions. Tonight, Akron Turner Club. Talmadge, Ohio. You know where the building is. You've been there before. And if you haven't, Google Maps that bad boy. 547 South Monroe Falls Road. Talmadge, Ohio. 44278. And now listen, here's the thing. We got a great card lined up for you. The doors open at 5. The bell time is at 6. You can order tickets online on any of the... Yeah, we got all kinds of links on all of our pages where you can order your tickets, or you can buy the tickets at the door. We take credit card and we take cash. They told me I had to say that. And I'll tell you what. This is one event you do not want to miss. I lured John Potok out of retirement. And then RCW had to give me a MMA freaking fighter for a referee so that I don't cheat. Well, let's see how well that works out. Anyway, for Rici Williams, I am your role model, Rick Lieb, saying join us again next week when I have my victory dance on another edition of RCW Spotlight.
Be there.
Salute.